Aries, this is your horoscope for 2020. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to look at the major events of 2020, just so you've got something to go on, you know what you're getting into, and hopefully it will give you some guidance. On the 10th of January, we've got the first of 6 eclipses that happen in 2020. 6. That's a lot, okay? So first we've got a lunar eclipse, which is a full moon in Cancer on the North Node. And don't worry, I will make specific videos on every eclipse and every full moon and new moon. But this happens on the North Node for you, Aries, in your 4th house of family. So remember that the energy of an eclipse, because it's interrupted, lasts for 6 months. And on the North Node, it pulls energy in. And the lunar eclipse is usually more associated with the people instead of the rulers as such. So you've got this eclipse in Cancer in your 4th house of family. So for the first 6 months of 2020, just expect this love to flow into your life until, what, June. So you'll be really taken care of. You'll feel really, really good for the first 6 months. On the 12th of January, we have a Saturn and Pluto conjunction, and that happens once every 34 years, okay? It's at 22 degrees in your 10th house of career. So we know that in 2020 we've got Saturn, Jupiter and Pluto, the big boys, coming together. So there's going to be major change. The area of change for you is in your work. 22 is the master number of the builder. Capricorn is the sign of the worker. So with this Saturn-Pluto conjunction, you can change your stability and security when it comes to work. If you're not happy in your existing job, this is perfect. The first especially the beginning of the new year, to change your job and to do something that will make you happy instead. Now, on the 4th of April, the 30th of June, and the 12th of November, we've got Jupiter conjuncting Pluto. And that happens in your 9th and 10th houses. And again, Jupiter is good luck and good fortune. Pluto is about transformation and rebirth. It's the phoenix rising from the ashes. So through your work, at these 3 points in the year, you have the opportunity to take a step up in terms of your working life and to make it more and more secure for yourself. So family-wise, you're taken care of, which means that you can focus all your time and energy on work and to rebuild or to build something new or to really take things to the next level, because you know your family backs you and supports you. On the 13th of May until the 25th of June, we've got Venus, the planet of love and beauty, in retrograde. Now, if you have any chance to schedule things differently, try not to schedule the opening of a new business during this time. Try to avoid getting married during this time, 13th of May, 25th of June, if you can possibly change the date. Because when Venus is in retrograde, love looks at everything the wrong way around. And things that you would usually loathe, you suddenly love. It's a strange time. Excuse me. On the 5th of June, we've got a solar eclipse. No, a lunar eclipse. The solar eclipse comes later in the month, on the 21st of June. So we've got a lunar eclipse in Sagittarius on the South Node on the 5th of June. So when it's on the South Node, it's about letting go of things and being done with them. And for you, that happens in your 9th house of broadening your horizons, educating yourself, learning, accessing higher knowledge. All of that isn't going to be so important to you. It's what you've already learned. And it's what you're doing right now. So for all of the Aries thinking of going back to school in 2020, not ideal. It really isn't. It's really the time for you to transform yourself in terms of your working life. If you're retired, it's time to transform your life in terms of the way you work, the way you create things. Now this eclipse is going to last another 6 months. So from the 5th of June 2020 onwards, you've got the North Node and this lunar eclipse in Gemini. So you're going to now be pulling in lots of communicative energy into your 3rd house of communication. So it couldn't be any better. So from the 5th of June until the end of the year, you're extremely competent. You're transiting midheaven, Venus, the Sun, and the North Node are in there, the 3rd house of communication. So you're absolutely able to teach and learn and present and to educate. The time for learning is kind of over. It's time for doing for you guys, Aries, okay? And I think a lot of you will be quite happy to hear that, because taking action is something that you like doing and has a payoff. On the 21st of June, we've got the solar eclipse, which is a new moon in Cancer, again on the North Node. And that's still happening in your 4th house. So more love pulled into your family life. If you don't have family, 2020 is the year where you create your own family, or you make friends and they become your family, or you really find your tribe. You know what you're doing. You're able to put down roots, emotional roots in 2020. You're able to just settle down and say, I feel taken care of and I'm doing amazing things in work. I'm so proud of myself. You know, with the 4th of April, the 30th of June and 12th of November, when Jupiter and Pluto conjunct, anything is possible in terms of transforming your work. So those 3 points are points in your year where you'll see success, success, success. There are 3 golden opportunities here. If you make use of them, it'll be awesome. And you'll feel taken care of emotionally. And I think that's why you have the ability to work so well. Because if everything is taken care of emotionally, then you don't need to worry so much about relationships, and you can focus on other things. 5th of July, we have a lunar eclipse, full moon in Capricorn on the North Node. So, this happens in your 10th house. It's another eclipse. It pulls in lots of Gemini energy, and the full moon on the 5th is in Capricorn in your 10th house. So, 5th of July 2020, did I say June before? Sorry. I mean the 5th of July 2020, we have a lunar eclipse, full moon in Capricorn on the North Node. So this is really the essence of you being able to work and receiving more communicative energy that you're able to express in your work, that you're able to express to other people. So if you're in a position, Aries, where you can have your own business, or where you can express your own ideas, or whether you've wanted to write a book, or you wanted to be creative in some sort of other way, to get your message, to get your way of thinking out there, then this eclipse from the 5th of July until the end of the year, 6 months, is your time to shine and to blossom in terms of communication and being articulate. So that goes on and on and on, all over the summer and into the autumn. And now we show up on the 30th of November. We're on the other side of the year now, so you'll notice that what I'm looking at is that a lot of nurturing energy is pulled into your life and working energy. So the 4th house and the 10th house, those are the ones that are most blessed for you in 2020. So family, love, children, and career, vocation, promotions, those are the things that are on the table for you in 2020. On the 30th of November, we have a lunar eclipse full moon in Gemini, and that's on the North Node. And again, it happens in your third house of communication. It's interrupted, it lasts for 6 months. So from November going into April 2021, you're able to articulate yourself beautifully. On the 14th of December, we have our final eclipse of the year, and this is a total solar eclipse, new moon in Sagittarius on the South Node, and that's about letting go. It's in your 9th house again. The Mercury is there, your midheaven is there. It's about letting go of all of these faulty beliefs and ideas that you had about yourself and feeling like you need to run away to achieve something. Home is where the heart is. You can achieve everything that you ever wanted in life staying where you are. You don't need to travel a lot this year if you have dreams that you want to achieve, unless your dream is to travel, obviously. Then travel. Now, on December 21st, something really important happens. This is something that happens once every 20 years, okay? It's usually it was in 2001, 81, 61, and it's called the Great Conjunction, and it's when Jupiter, good luck and expansion, and Saturn, structure and the father figure of the chart, they meet, and humanity is tested in some way. And in 2021, we're going to be tested, or at the end of this year, December really, December 21 going onwards into 2021, the structure of humanity is going to be tested in some way. 2001 we had 9/11, 1981 we had the birth of HIV/AIDS. So it's something that really will test us socially. I think I've meditated on this and meditated. I got climate change, I got social revolution, I got a new era of enlightenment. I've meditated on this a lot and I haven't got the answers. And also in terms of the elections, when we're coming to the States, we've got Mercury stationing and then going direct on the actual election day. So it might be chaotic, but I think what's likely to happen is that what we've got currently in the world will remain in the world. But there are major changes in terms of the way us, the little people, react. And we're going to be tested in some ways. But that's going into 2021, so let's worry about that when we get there. So I hope this gives you an idea of 2020, love and career, all the way for you. So have a wonderful 2020. If you would like a personal reading with me where I look at your birth chart, then get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading, or the book reading now button on the front page. And in my personal readings I use astrology, tarot and numerology. I can draw up a chart, which is the snapshot of the sky at the moment you were born. It tells me about your life purpose, vocational aptitudes, past lives, love, romance, where to live, everything. I can answer any questions you may have. So head over to gregoryscott.com to order that. Have a lovely year. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll speak to you soon.